What's up, everybody, and welcome to... What are you doing? I haven't done this in ages, and you're already with me. I'm like, come on. It's a new year, new start. We're supposed to be professional.
Okay.
Welcome to TGI's The Game of the Week show. I am your host, Matt Southwell, and joining me this week is Ashley Dye and Dan Gilbert.
Hello.
Welcome.
Gentlemen.
Happy 2015.
Indeed.
Did you miss me?
The silence.
That's a no then. Excellent.
We had a break. It was like a holiday.
Yeah. Did you have a good Christmas though?
Yeah, it's good.
A new
nice.
year.
Very nice. In a way, though, I'm kind of glad it's over. It's always a bit hectic and manic, and just it's nice to get back to routine.
Yeah, it's pretty hectic on my waistline, which is not a good thing. The amount of food you eat. My mum, she makes food for like 20. Is it all mums do this? She makes food. There was like 4 of us, and she made food for like about 20 people. I was like, "What are you doing?"
Mum's
She's like, "Oh, well, I never know if we have enough." I was like, "Yes, we do have enough. We have enough for the whole neighbourhood." Anyway. This is the Game of the Week show, and if you're new to the show, it is 3 friends sitting around this table every Monday to discuss the latest news topics in the video game industry. We'll then also go through the game releases of that week before picking our favourite game of the week. So, rolling straight into the news. Number 1 this week, technically wasn't this week's news, but it is still very relevant. We do it every month. The PlayStation Plus and Games with Gold for January have been announced. Some pretty good games to start the year.
Yeah.
First up on PS4 is Infamous First Light. So Dan,
I know.
no excuse.
It's already added to the library.
It's added to the library. Have you played it yet though? Okay.
You got it.
Not yet.
Got it.
For anyone out there, actually, this is obviously the prequel kind of DLC for Infamous Second Son.
Yeah.
You don't have to have played Second Son to play this game.
Nope.
But it does help you understand some of the characters within it, like Augustine, for example.
Yes.
You might not know who that person is without playing Second Son.
Yeah.
But it's still a very good game.
Definitely.
Platinum.
Yes.
Challenging.
It wasn't too bad.
He's so full of shit. He's like, I can't do the arena.
I'd forgotten about that. Okay, yeah.
But yeah, that was a good game. Moving on PS4 as well, The Swapper, which is a story-driven puzzle game in space, and the idea is you basically have to navigate through the levels. You have a device that allows you to clone yourself.
Yes,
Yeah.
you can move to
Jump around.
Yeah.
It looks very cool.
It does, and partially confusing as well.
Well, it is a puzzle game, so it wouldn't be a very good one if it wasn't. So that one's also, I believe, on Vita and PS3 as well.
Cross-buy.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
cross-buy. Well, all for free. So that's good. PS3, Prototype 2. Did anyone play this one? Or
No.
Prototype 1 even?
No.
I never played the second one. The first one was basically a poor man's Infamous. That's basically what it was. Like, you had like this character and he was super powered, you go through the city. But I remember in the first one, the draw distance had about as far as from here to the camera. Like everything was just popping in all the time. But I don't know if the second one's any good or not. But for free.
Definitely.
Check it out.
Add it to the library.
Also PS3, DuckTales Remastered. Do you want to sing a song? Not too long because I was going to get copyrighted, but go on. You can do 15 seconds.
No, I can't. I just know the. I just remember the tune.
So, Dan, into the adult conversation.
Yeah.
Fan of DuckTales?
I'm trying to think how much I watched. I did watch it as a kid, but I don't remember how much.
Yeah.
It was one of those things I watched,
Yeah,
but didn't like.
I'm the same. Like, I remember it existing, but that's about as much as I remember.
Yeah.
But the game, obviously, is a remaster game from... I don't want to say which console it is because I'm going to get it wrong, but I think it was... I think it was the early Nintendo era. I believe. Maybe even PS1. I don't know. I should really research this stuff.
I would say Nintendo era, but it's old anyway. Definitely.
Okay, so onto the Vita. Duke Nukem 3D. Duke Nukem.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's PS3 as well. And did anyone play Duke Nukem when they were a kid growing up?
Yes, I did, but not loads. But I have played.
Friend's house I played.
It was alright, wasn't it?
Not much of.
Yeah. Doom.
It was big.
Doom and Quake were better.
Yeah, it was big at the time. It was quite big at the time.
And finally, rounding out PlayStation this week for this month, is Whoa Dave. Basically, all I can gather from it is 2D world, retro. You have to go around collecting coins while avoiding aliens. And I'm pretty sure did you watch the trailer?
No, I haven't seen it.
I didn't get to see that one.
But the coin sounds exactly like Sonic. I'm pretty sure they've stolen the same audio file. But they avoid copyright by having coins rather than rings. So.
Of course.
So there we go. That's the PS4 or the PlayStation collection.
Yep.
Which one of those stand out for you guys?
Well, yeah.
Do I even need to ask?
Obviously, Infamous.
You'll be playing.
I will play.
Good.
I mean, I've already platinumed Infamous, so I'll probably actually I've downloaded DuckTales already. I did it last night, so I'm actually going to give that a go. Quite fancy. I haven't played on my PS3 for ages as well.
I want to not get rid of my PS3, but like kind of permanently disconnect it almost.
No.
But it's just. Can you use the DualShock 4? Is that fully supported now?
I don't know.
No, it's still iffy. Like certain games won't support it properly.
I checked a few weeks ago, and because I wanted to play GTA on the PS3, so that was before it came out on PS4, about a week before.
Yeah.
When did it come out on PS4? November.
Yeah.
So
I think so.
Beginning of November, I probably tried to play, and it wasn't supported.
Oh well, that's a shame. I don't like DualShock 3. But anyway.
No.
Well, enough sidetracking. We'll move on very quickly. Go through the Xbox ones. Not that we're biased, but just less to be said about Xbox because actually,
there's less games.
Not just me owning an Xbox now.
No.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks to
the partnership. Yes, she did message me and said
Yeah.
which one to get. I was like the one with all the games. So are you enjoying it?
She did good. Yes, yeah. I'm at the moment though. I'm finding it hard to. I've got both controllers and I'm almost playing a bit of Halo, and then I'm sort of picking it up and I'm playing a bit of Lego Batman 3 on the PlayStation 4, and then I'm going back to like Sunset Overdrive, and then I'm going back to another game on the PS4. I'm just constantly revolving games at the moment, but no, loving it, really loving it.
Good. I'm glad you finally joined us. So Dan, you're now the odd one out, so get to it. There's some free games here this month for you. First up, Xbox One is D4, or Dark Dreams Don't Die. Dan, me and you played this one briefly when it came out.
Yeah.
Do you remember it?
Yeah, the one that was very Japanese.
Yeah, it is very Japanese, and it's very weird as well. But it's basically a murder mystery.
Mm-hmm.
And your character can travel through time in order to basically stop the murder of his wife happening. But it's weird. It's very weird. It's good. Nothing else to say.
We like weird.
Yeah. Don't know why. There must be some connection somewhere. I can't see it though.
No.
And on 360, MX versus ATV Alive, motor racing game.
Yeah.
Not really anything to say there.
Mm-hmm.
And then The Witcher 2, which is good timing because obviously The Witcher 3 is coming out very soon. So pretty good game from what I understand. I haven't played it. No. It's not really my type of game. So there we go. There's the collection for this month. Some very good games there. So make sure you do go and download all of them, especially if you want the MX versus ATV, because that's only up until the 15th of the month. So you haven't got long left for that one. Moving on then. Number 2, the big news from this week. Sony has discussed details, or Naughty Dog more specifically have discussed details of the Uncharted 4 story.
Yeah.
Basically, very quickly, it will take place 3 years after Uncharted 3. Obviously, Drake is all settled down with his new wife. But spoilers for Uncharted 3, by the way. But his life gets
2, really.
Yeah, well, you should have played all the Uncharted. Come on.
You should have, yeah.
His life gets disrupted by his older brother, who was supposed to be dead. Well, I don't know if he's supposed to be dead. He was presumed dead.
Yes.
Why aren't you dead?
Allegedly dead.
His name's called Sam. He reappears. His life depends on finding some sort of, legendary artifact. Oh, what a coincidence. That seems to fit Drake quite well, doesn't it? Drake obviously agrees to help. They go to some mythical pirate colony in Madagascar, which we kind of already figured from the trailer because they were speaking kind of a bit South Africa. Yeah,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Except the mercenaries sounded like South African.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously, just to add, the reason for why there is conflict is there were two rival kind of hunters looking for this treasure first, and obviously they've got to make your life difficult.
Obviously,
Yes.
it wouldn't be Uncharted if they didn't.
Yeah.
So there we go. What do you think much of the story? I mean, sounds pretty kind of.
It's pretty basic.
Standard.
There's nothing we haven't really seen before. I would like to think they don't give too much away and still leave quite a few surprises in there, because I would hate to know too much about the game. I mean, to be honest, I even thought the whole, announcing about the Sam, supposed to be dead older brother thing, I thought even that was quite a big spoiler really for the game. But
I think they had to, after they showed or other details came out. It's like everyone was going, "Who is this?"
yeah,
It's like,
betrayal.
have they just come up with him for the sake of
But it would have been better if they'd left it as a "who is this" kind of, and people just.
We knew it was his brother before they said this, though.
Did we?
Yes.
Yeah.
We knew it was his brother.
Because in the trailer at the end, it says something like "little brother."
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
we knew it was
So
his
it's
brother.
like they mention it, but I think the fact that they've
Oh,
clarified
you might be
why
right, yeah.
he's not been discussed, I think that was needed. Otherwise, it's like they're just coming up with family members for the sake of it.
I think they also wanted to obviously introduce, the voice actor. He's a bit on the popular side. He's done a few things.
Yeah.
So they obviously wanted to put his name out there just as kind of like a coup. Like, look who we've got.
Well, it's a selling feature now, isn't it? If you've got.
Well, it's not really, because he's in every game.
Well, no, but what I'm saying is to have he's a high profile voice actor now for games.
But yeah. So there we go. I mean, obviously we are now in the year, in theory, of Uncharted 4. So
Like the one thing I didn't like about the whole putting the story out there was the name of where they've gone. The colony. It's called Libertaria. Now I want to know, when they were coming up with names, what did they reject? Because they basically just went, what word sounds like freedom or liberty, and what can we put at the end of it? Was Freedomia rejected?
that's a very kind of South African thing to do. It's like Pretoria, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe it's near there. I don't know. Even though Madagascar's off the coast, but yeah.
I know it's a pirate colony, so they obviously weren't that inventive.
No. But no, it's good to...
something else, you know what I mean? It's like, if it's going to be mythical, could it not have had a slightly more interesting name?
Well, maybe it doesn't have a name, that's why it's mythical. So someone's obviously just had to... That's why obviously what the pirates have called it. And pirates aren't the smartest people in the world.
True.
Well, it might be, I don't know. I haven't met a pirate. You met a pirate?
Should we get back on track?
Yeah, we'll go on track. Number 3, PlayStation hardware update. There's been a couple of items on this. First up, 18.5 million PS4s have been sold worldwide. That's
one or two, yeah.
Well, it's about 18.5 million. It's quite a lot. It's very good, because I think the last update was 12 million. So
yeah, like in additional numbers that I've got for that is 10.9 million people have subscribed to PlayStation Plus.
Cool.
So there's about 7.5 kicking out there who own a PS4 who don't care about playing online.
Well, I'm one of them. I only have PlayStation Plus for the free games.
Yeah, but you need PlayStation Plus to be able to do multiplayer stuff.
Yeah.
That's the point. So it's
so
that gives you a ratio, kind of. Roughly.
A lot of people.
I still think it's a small figure, though. I do when you look at the number of people in the world and
8.5 million or 8.5 million units sold.
Yeah,
That's in a year.
So yeah, that's really good.
Like the PS2 in its lifetime achieved 150 million.
Yeah.
And they reckon
And that's a 10-year cycle.
Yeah, and
isn't
they
it?
reckon the PS4 is easily on track to beat that.
And that's like the best selling console of all time. You got to remember, Ash, not everyone is a gamer.
Yeah, I know.
I know there's like 6 billion people in the world, but you got to take away the fact that the people that don't want a game.
And we're also first year adopters, as in like a number of people.
A lot of
won't
people
actually
buy
get
them.
one until like the other console is really being pushed out of the
Yeah, but
market.
that's just stupid people, isn't it?
No, it's. I suppose you can attack them because they're not our target audience. So yeah.
No, but I don't know. I expect so many more people to be just wanting to get a PS4, especially a year on as well. I mean, if you've been saving, surely you've got enough money by now.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but I think in terms of the picture of gaming, it's it's one of the most successful first years ever. So when you compare it, if you compare it to the grand scale of like everyone in the world, it's not that many.
Yeah,
but in
that's
terms of
what I am doing. Yeah,
in terms of actual gaming figures, it's really successful. And if you want more sales, then maybe this second piece of information will help that.
Okay, let's
Or
go.
actually, it won't help it. PS4 was supposed to launch in China.
Yeah,
It's now been delayed. So obviously, China's a big market. I think when it gets there, we did announce. Well, it wasn't exclusive. I mean, we did say that when it was announced that it was going to be coming in China.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be too worried about this because the exact same thing happened to the Xbox One.
Yeah.
Like 4 days before it was supposed to launch, they were like, "No, we're delaying it," and then 6 days later, it's like, "It's out."
They've pretty much just turned around and said it's bureaucracy that's holding it up.
Yeah.
It's not anything else.
Yeah.
Those damn Chinese. Can I say that?
Not really.
Probably not.
No.
Nah. Those damn bureaucrats.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Maybe.
Red tape.
I'm sorry, China. please don't hurt me.
Number 4.
Number 4. Mafia 3. Could it be on the way? Well, it's possible.
Yeah.
I
think so.
Ricky Pascalone.
Pascalone.
That's better. Thank you. He's a voice actor for Mafia 2. He teased on Twitter, might have some Mafia news very soon. Excited?
You might be going into drug dealing, perhaps.
It could be literal Mafia rather than Mafia game.
It could be.
Would you advertise that on Twitter though? I wouldn't.
But maybe it's a little clever trick, to make people think that it's gaming news so that he doesn't get arrested.
You know what would be clever? Not saying anything at all.
No, I think we can safely say that it is Mafia game related.
Probably yes.
Yeah.
There was a I think Dan, there was a rumor in 2012 that this game might have been in the works. So it's been a while. Mafia 1 was obviously a really big success. Mafia 2 didn't do quite so well.
Yeah.
Do you think there's room in the market for a new Mafia game? It's, is there enough open world games? Is it original enough an idea now? When Mafia 1 came out, it was still really GTA that was only pushing the boundaries, whereas we've got a lot of open world games now.
Yeah, I think it depends on whether people want like the crime centric open world, which is more of what Mafia and GTA and stuff like that is.
Yeah.
Or whether they just want the open world experience. Because if you're looking at the crime side of it, there's not a lot of that sort of game.
Yeah.
But if you just bundle everything open world,
Yeah.
there's a lot of open world games out there at the moment. So it all depends on how big the crime centric market is itself.
I agree. I'm just worried whether or not. I mean, sometimes it works two ways. When a game's away for a long time,
Yeah.
if there's enough fans out there, I don't know how well they sold historically, but if there's enough fans watching this game, then I think if it's good enough, so I don't know what it comes down to. If it's good enough, people will buy it, no matter whether you want it or not.
I've never played these games, so I don't know when they're set. Are they like modern era, or are they actually set in like the Mafia heyday of like?
The first one was set kind of like stereotypical Mafia time, kind of 1930s, 40s and stuff. And I believe the second one was a little bit more recent. I didn't play the second one. I just played the first one.
Okay.
But the thing I used to really like, and at the time it was like a big deal, was like you actually could get caught for speeding, and the police would try to pull you over, and you could either pull over and accept the fine, or you could try and evade them, and then they'd chase you down and start shooting you and stuff. Because I always used to think that let's be honest, if that was in GTA, it would annoy the hell out of us.
Yeah.
Not being allowed to speed.
Like,
But at the same time, it's
who observes traffic laws in games?
no one, but it is still a law. I know it seems
Yeah,
ridiculous,
I
but
know
it just
what you mean.
at that time it was like, wow, that's like a whole another level of realism.
Yeah.
And the game was just really fun.
I think if the game's set in the Mafia heyday, I think it can be more popular because I think people like that as a thing, isn't the whole idea
A
of
theme.
the gangster sort of
Plus, it
theme
helps
and so on.
differentiate it, doesn't it?
But if you just put it in the modern world, then it's just
Yeah.
It adds
it doesn't have the
dimension.
same appeal, does it?
It does add a dimension of realism, I think, if you've got that rather than Mafia operating in real world. Although I know it does exist, it's not as sort of. I'm thinking of sort of the true Mafia, if you like, from back in the day is more.
Well, we better make sure we all follow Ricky Pascalone on Twitter for more information coming soon, I'm sure. The final item on our list this week, again talking about more worlds, there was a poll done by Ubisoft to select Far Cry 4 players. Very good game, by the way. Far Cry 4. About what setting they would like in the future. Now there's quite a big list here. Anyone want to read them, or shall I read them? Yeah, go on, Ash.
Right, so we had a few options. So we have a Far Cry game in remote Alaska about surviving extreme wilderness. We've got a Far Cry game in a futuristic sci-fi setting on another planet. Perhaps not. A Far Cry game set in the Vietnam War during the 1960s. A Far Cry game set in the cocaine trafficking jungles of Peru.
That one sounds like the most...
It's more...
That sounds like the most kind of Far Cry-ish
based
game.
off the last 2 games, for sure. That's like the scenario you can see your character being dragged into by mistake.
It's almost like that's the idea they've got in their mind, but they chuck another other ideas out.
Yeah. Perhaps more than this next one, which was a game where you can fight against or join vampires. Not very Far Cry. And a Far Cry game in the spaghetti western style set in the 19th century America.
No, we'll have Red Dead for that.
Oh yes, we will. A Far Cry game that is set during a zombie outbreak.
No.
Zombie has been far...
We have enough zombies.
Now.
A sequel to Blood Dragon.
Yes.
Blood Dragon 2.
We need that. That game was awesome.
A Far Cry game set in a Mad Max style post-apocalyptic world. Good job I said that, because Matt can't say apocalyptic.
I can say apocalyptic.
Okay.
Yeah, nailed it. I almost fucked it up. That would be a cool game, but not as a Far Cry game, I think.
No.
It's not Far Cry.
And a Far Cry game in the present day on a Jurassic Park style island of dinosaurs.
Isn't that just Jurassic Park the game?
Basically.
Hell yes.
And a Far Cry game based on the world of Shangri-La from Far Cry 4.
No. Just those 4 missions were enough.
That last one.
Not that I didn't like them, but they were just...
No, it was... Yeah, I know what you mean. It was...
In a game is fine, as a game.
No.
Yeah.
Definitely agree.
So what do we think of? I mean, the poll that I saw on websites, basically, everyone wanted dinosaurs.
Yeah, I saw that.
But that was kind of like the stupid thing, like, yeah, I want dinosaurs. But then, like we said, realistically, looking at it, it's almost certainly going to be the Peru. Well, I'm sure it's not certainly going to be it, but if you were going to pick what one they were going to think, you're going to go with Peru, because it's got the drugs in there as well, so you can still have like the trippy things from the last couple of Far Cries.
Yeah.
You know, it's set in like a...
It's important to keep the roots of Far Cry there, you know, and we've seen those kind of style of games where...
They've always been on an island.
Yeah, always been on an island.
Or isolated
Always had
area.
drugs in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah! Give me some drugs.
Yeah, it's like Alaska would just be too samey. Like the thing as well, it needs variation in its environment.
Yeah.
And like being up in Alaska would probably just be all like the Himalayan levels in Far Cry 4.
Which were really cool.
Which were good, but again, in moderation. As in, like, I wouldn't want a whole game where it's just like trudging through the snow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a rock.
It annoyed me that you couldn't get up to them.
I was just going to say the same thing, yeah. You know,
like
Far Cry 4 spoiler here, but I was a bit annoyed that you couldn't just, you know, when you wanted to, go up into the mountains in the snow.
Yeah. It's not really a spoiler, it's just like an observation of the game. Spoiler would be like that XYZ dies. I'm not going to say names, it's too soon. I don't like spoiling.
It is too soon.
Yeah.
So there. It's quite good that they're actually... I don't know whether this will actually... poll will take any value to their considerations for the future, but it's a nice touch that they're at least pretending to care about what people want.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't imagine that... I imagine the input will take some notice into it.
Yeah,
do you think a dinosaur game would work though?
I don't think there's enough games with dinosaurs.
You know how annoying like the rhinos and the eagles were in Far Cry 4?
No, nowhere near as annoying as the honey badgers.
Yeah, but you know, substitute rhino for T-Rex, honey badgers for velociraptors, and then eagle for like pterodactyls.
Yeah.
It would be much worse. You would literally walk outside and get eaten.
You would... Yeah, the thing is, like, the last couple of games has all been about, you know, you can hunt animals.
Yeah.
You can't really hunt dinosaurs very well. Not with, like, a bow and arrow, anyway.
You'd basically be like... Oh, crap.
Or there needs to be a reason why all of your weapons are, like, ridiculously OP. There would
Yeah.
need to be a justification for it.
Yeah.
I think it could work. I don't think it would be a Far Cry game, but I would like to see someone do that kind of game.
Or making traps to catch dinosaurs. I don't know.
What, is somebody up by its leg
Yeah,
hanging from a tree
yeah.
kind of thing? It's like,
a hole in the ground with a
Well, there we
net
go.
over the top. Anyway, let's
Yeah, that's it for the news anyway, and we will now move on to the segment of the games with no cuts or edits
I know,
because we have a
it's great.
camera which runs for
more
an
than
infinite
30
amount of
minutes.
time.
You nearly did though say we're going to take a short.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. So this week, as it worked out, we probably wouldn't have needed a new cut because there are literally one game.
There is
one game
not
this
a
week.
lot.
There's two on my list, but one was actually kind of over Christmas. I just included it because we needed absolutely nothing on the
Why?
PlayStation store.
Yeah.
Nothing. I was really surprised. I understand, it's just after Christmas holidays. People don't release games now.
Yeah.
No.
But you would expect to be some indie game, some DLC, something. But no. So we've got... It's going to be hard to pick your game of the week. Let's put it that way. So the only game this week is Funk of Titans. And according to the description on the Microsoft website, it is a thrilling and addictive game, simple and fun to play, but hard to master. Brilliant. You control... Is it Perseus? That's right, isn't it? The son of Zeus and protector of
Perseus.
Perseus.
Is it?
Perseus.
As in the constellation.
I don't know. I don't follow Greek mythology.
You should then.
Why?
So you can pronounce names on games.
I know Zeus. That's all you need.
That's all you need.
It is.
When it comes to Greek mythology, you just need to know how to say
Zeus.
Zeus.
And Hades. They're the important ones. And Hercules. I know Hercules.
Pilates.
That's not a god.
And to see if you knew.
I have heard of him.
Anyway.
I feel like you're mocking me.
No.
And what was it? Oh, just watch the overlay. There's an overlay saying what's going on now. It's basic, yeah. From reviews that I've read and like watching the trailer, it doesn't look like the best game. I think on Metacritic I saw it had like 2-star. It looks okay.
I feel like the description makes it sound like a much better game.
Well, of course it does.
Is.
Obviously, it's
No, but
trying
as
to
in
sell
like
the game.
just
Yeah.
by reading the description, not actually seeing the game, I'm just like,
Yeah. Run across the ancient Greek mythology, risk your life jumping over crazy platforms, collect funk vinyls, beat enemies, wear epic costumes, ride the legendary Pegasus, see I know that, and smash the rap, the pop, and the rock of the evil musical titans in a fierce dance battles.
Don't ever do that again.
So yeah, there we go. That's Funk of Titans. Did you guys even watch the trailer?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It was only like a minute
Was it
long.
this one? Yeah, it was this one I watched. Yeah.
Yeah. Gonna pick it up?
No.
I'm not gonna ask you because it's Xbox One only. So
that's why I didn't watch the trailer.
you could buy an Xbox One to pick it up though, if you wanted. No. But there we go. There is another game that came out which I just want to announce because it might interest some people. On the Xbox One, there is a Telltale collection, which basically gives you Walking Dead Season 1 and 2, The Wolf Among Us, Tales from Borderlands, and Game of Thrones, all in a bundle. Now, it's a bit pointless me telling you this now, but over Christmas, you could buy all of that for about £25, which was like crazy good, because each game is normally 20 quid each. So to be able to buy those for like, I think it was 25, it might be 30, but it was really good value. Now I think it's back up to like £60.
Yeah.
But it's still, the games as a season normally cost £20, so you are still saving some money there. So if you haven't played any Telltale games, I would recommend that collection because from the ones I've played so far, they're all very good. And yeah, that's it.
So Game of the Week choices this week.
So yeah, what would be your pick for Game of the Week? You've got Funk of Titans or Funk of Titans? Because Telltale's is ineligible because it's not this week's game.
I will continue playing the games I'm playing.
Which are?
At the moment...
I already said Halo and
I'm on
Lego.
I'm on the first Halo at the moment, but mixing that with Lego Batman 3, which I'm really loving.
Cool. Dan?
I'm going to keep playing Unity.
I was going to say,
I can't play them anyway.
It's not really a choice for you. And wait till some more games maybe come out. Not that Funko Titans is bad necessarily, but just there's not much this week.
Yeah,
it was going to happen eventually. There to be 0 games, but we've got Dying Light coming soon at the end of the month, and in a couple of weeks the games will start picking up again for sure.
Is the remastered Res Evil out this month? Or was it February?
It is the 20th of January, I believe.
Yeah.
So that'll be in a couple of weeks.
Up.
That's something I definitely want. There's 2 Resident Evils, isn't there? There's the Resident Evil remake HD.
Yeah.
And then there's is it Resolutions or Revelations 2 or something?
Revelations,
yeah. Which was like it's a story based one, isn't it? So there we go. That is it for this week on the Game of the Week show. If you have enjoyed this, please do like, subscribe, and all that jazz.
All that jazz.
I had to do jazz hands while I said it.
Okay.
If you want to speak to us about any of the topics, not any of the games because there basically are no games, but any of the topics, do leave a comment and we will respond to you. But for now, Ash, that was confusing. Ash, Dan,
cheers guys.
Thank you for your time. It's good to be back.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah,
cheers,
sorry,
guys.
I was reading a text. Sorry.
How
yeah,
professional.
it is good to be back, and nice to have some nice shiny new equipment.
Hopefully this has worked and we haven't just wasted half an hour of our lives. But for everyone out there, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you all next Monday.